Afrosai-E's mission is to support and cooperate with our member Supreme Audit Institutions, or SAIs, to enhance their capacity. This assists them to successfully fulfill their audit mandates and, in turn, make a real difference in the lives of citizens. That's because SAIs play a vital role in facilitating the accountability of governments to legislatures and the public for their stewardship of public funds. This ensures the transparency of government operations. The work of SAIs underpin accountability mechanisms, which in turn lead to improved decision-making and good financial governance. When English-speaking SAIs in Africa adopted a set of statutes and regulations in 2005, the relationship between them was formalized and Afrosai-E was established. This is an autonomous, independent, and non-political organization, established with the links to InterSai and Afrosai. From 2015 to 2019, we saw a notable increase in the demand for training and capacity-building interventions. Over the last 5 years, the number of events have increased by more than 47%. We expect that the demand for and implementation of capacity-building activities will continue to grow. As Socrates once said, the secret of change is to focus all your energy not on fighting the old, but on building the new. As we move into the new strategic plan period, we have identified 4 strategic goals to guide us in our endeavor to build on old victories and reach for new successes. Africa currently faces a shortage of accountancy professionals to meet the needs of the public sector. So, our first strategic goal is to professionalize public sector accountancy. This will involve collaborating with InterSai professionalization activities based on specific regional needs, actively contributing towards the African Professionalization Initiative strategy, and actively supporting SAIs to create pathways for professional development. To improve our reach to the high number of auditors employed by SAIs, our second strategic goal is to empower SAIs for greater audit impact and quality. This will involve developing and providing value-added audit learning opportunities and services to SAIs, and researching and developing relevant technical materials in accordance with SAIs best practices. Moving on to our third strategic goal, we will remain committed to transforming SAI organizational capabilities for greater impact. This will be achieved through enabling SAIs to instill results-driven stakeholder relationships, improving leadership and organizational capability for transformational excellence, and developing highly skilled, productive, professional, and engaged staff. As a secretariat, we strive for a more structured approach and improved coordination with our stakeholders. Our fourth and final strategic goal is therefore to lead by example and deliver on our mandate. This will be achieved through establishing sustainable relationships with members, institutional partners, and donors, providing staff with development opportunities to enrich knowledge and skills, and entrenching good governance, transparency, and accountability principles. To measure the impact over the strategic plan period, the ICBF results will be used as the theory of change. This is the belief that if SAIs are supported with capacity building opportunities through learning, on-site visits, technical advice and assistance, and generic and customized audit manuals and tools, then public sector auditing will become increasingly professionalized, and SAIs will be empowered for greater audit impact and be able to lead by example. This will eventually lead to better governance in the public sector, increased transparency and accountability, reduction in corruption and misuse of funds, increased access to services, and reduction in poverty. Success is dependent on the shared commitment of the Secretariat and member SAIs. We have therefore developed a step-by-step process to guide our capacity-building approach. There are 5 steps for the Secretariat. The first step was to create this 5-year strategic plan, which sets the overall direction for the organization as agreed upon by the members. The plan outlines the 4 goals we want to achieve in this period. The next step is to identify specific matters that affect SAIs. This is usually determined through the ICBF self-assessments, independent quality assurance reviews, culture value assessments, and engagements with the SAIs directly. The third step in the process is developing an annual program based on critical needs and communicating the learning objectives of each intervention. The fourth step is to deliver work plan activities. For instance, distance learning, face-to-face teachings, and our Train the Trainer program. Finally, an integrated annual report must be generated by the Secretariat to reflect on their achievements and successes over the term. As part of the shared commitment, there are 6 steps for SAIs to enable them to take ownership of their capacity building process. The first step requires the SAI to identify areas that require capacity building. From there, SAIs need to draw comparisons between their operations and the competency framework to identify the knowledge, skills, and behaviors required to achieve their objectives. The third step is to prioritize needs based on the SAI's strategic objectives and an annual operational plan. The strategic objectives and annual operational plan will enable SAIs to allocate responsibilities and cascade learning needs for overall monitoring and management and functional responsibility and operational implementations. The fifth step requires the SAI to identify individuals that need to attend the various learning programs. Finally, the SAI must assess their learning outcomes and the implementation thereof on an organizational level. Although we understand that success doesn't happen overnight, we are excited to see how the new strategic plan will unfold from 2020 to 2024. For more information on the 2020 to 2024 strategic plan, visit www.afrosai.org.za.